On a serene Sunday morning, the residents of Oahu enjoyed the dawning of another gorgeous day in paradise. Unknown to them, three converging formations of military aircraft navigated toward their lush island, homing in on the soothing Hawaiian music playing on Honolulu radio stations KGMB and KGU. The night before, Lieutenant Colonel Clay Hapa, signal officer for the Hawaiian Air Force, had contacted Welby Edwards, manager of KGMB, and asked that the station remain on all night, so a flight of Army Air Corps Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress bombers flying from California could home in on the station signal. Actually, it was a less than well-kept secret that whenever the station played music all night, aircraft flew in from the mainland the next morning. Being non-directional, however, that same music also drifted into the radio receivers in the operations rooms of Vice Admiral Chuchi Nagumo's 6 Japanese aircraft carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, Hiryu, Shikaku, and Zikaku, located roughly 300 miles north of Oahu. Nagumo's task force monitored the station throughout the night for any hint of a military alert on Oahu, and at approximately 7 a.m. on Sunday, Lieutenant Commander Mitsuo Fujita, leading his formation toward Oahu, also tuned in KGMB to guide his 183 aircraft to their destination. While Fujita homed in on KGMB signal, 18 U.S. Navy Douglas SBD Dauntless dive bombers took off from the aircraft carrier Enterprise 200 miles west of Oahu and tuned in radio station KGU to get some homing practice of their own. Shortly after 8 a.m., the three converging formations, each tracking inbound on the same innocent radio beams, collided in brutal and deadly aerial combat that would plunge the United States into World War II. The date was December 7, 1941. Recommended America Can't Shoot Down a North Korean Nuke. The story of the Japanese surprise attack on Pearl Harbor is, of course, much broader and more nuanced than just the events surrounding the devastating strike against the United States Navy's Pacific Fleet. In the over 70 years since the attack, there has been no shortage of books and articles detailing events on the day of infamy, yet most accounts focus almost exclusively on what happened to the U.S. Navy at Pearl Harbor. Recommended the case for war with North Korea. Incongruously, scant attention has been paid to the drama of swirling air tour combat over Oahu on December 7. For the most part, the aerial battles and dogfights are relegated to footnotes or to a few obscure paragraphs scattered among dozens of sources. Yet the clashes in the air are as compelling, electrifying, and powerful as any actions at Pearl Harbor. Although news sources, American and Japanese, have clarified and in some cases, altered the facts about a few iconic episodes, the handful of airmen who fought, and in some cases died, that Sunday morning were truly American heroes who willingly flew to the sound of battle and carried the fight to a determined enemy. Their fight adds a vital missing dimension to the long-established Pearl Harbor story. Recommended China's new stealth fighter has arrived. Tora. The aerial saga began at approximately 6:15 a.m. on December 7, as Commander Minoru Genda, principal planner of the Pearl Harbor attack, watched anxiously aboard the carrier Akagi as his close friend and Etajima Naval Academy classmate Mitsuo Fujita led the first wave of aircraft into the gray dawn. Both men were seasoned carrier pilots and combat veterans from China. Genda had also served a tour in London in 1940 as assistant naval attaché. He had been extremely impressed by the British carrier-based torpedo plane attack that sank or damaged several ships of the Italian Navy's Mediterranean fleet at the harbor of Taranto, so he felt confident that Fujita would accomplish a similar feat at Pearl Harbor. Confidence also permeated the thoughts of the strike commander. As he flew south in his Nakajima B-5 and 2 Kate bomber, a flamboyant Fujita wore red underwear and a red shirt, reasoning that blood would not show if he were wounded, and therefore would not demoralize the other flyers. So it was in that frame of mind as he approached Oahu's north shore that Fujita observed a tranquil, peaceful panorama before him. His first wave had achieved complete surprise. He gave the attack order at 7:40 a.m., unleashing 43 Mitsubishi A6M20 fighters, 49 high-level Kate bombers, 51 IGD-3A1 Val dive bombers, and 40 Kate torpedo bombers into battle. Then, at 7:53 he sent his infamous message confirming total strategic and tactical surprise. Tora pages.